this is what we're making today. I'm going to show you how to assemble these. So I sell the SVG from ages 1 through 10. The link is going to be in the description box. And then this video, I'm going to show you how to upload it into Design Space, all the things you have to do to make sure everything is ready, cut, send to your machine, and then you're going to assemble. I am using Cricut. So it is an SVG though, guys, so you can use it for Silhouette and any other cutting machines that you like. But today's video is about how to assemble it. So I went straight into what it's about. Don't worry about how I look. We're not here for makeup tips or beauty tips. We're here for crafting. Right? Right. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. If this video was really helpful, click the little like button. Don't forget to share with anybody else. And also, I did 1 through 10, but if you need another age, look at how cute this is. Let me know and I'll create the SVG for you. You can buy just one individual SVG, or I'm going to have it where you can get it as a group. This is about, guys, I think 16 or 18 layers. I'm going to double check. And it's a shaker. So cute. So let's get started. Also, you see the colors that I'm using here? So I'm using this little mint green cardstock. I'm using silver glitter, purple, yellow glitter, purple glitter, acetate sheet for the clear. I'm using white cardstock to create the piece we need for the shaker. And for our print and cut images, I'm using photo glossy paper. So that's everything you're going to need for this project, including your cutting machine, your mat. You want your glue gun. If you want to emboss these pieces here, I use the Cricut Cuttlebug, and it's like a little heart folder. For our tiny little pieces that I glued here, I use a glue pen for that. The acrylic stick I created myself on the Glowforge, and that's it that you need for supplies. One more thing, guys, sorry. Your foam tape, but I'm gonna have all that information in the description here. So let's get to the video and get started. No more talking. Let's start crafting. This cake topper, because it has quite a few layers and a few steps you need to take before you send it to cut in the machine. So first we're gonna upload the SVG, and if you haven't purchased the SVG yet, I'm gonna have the link in the comments or in the description box, sorry, for you to purchase which one you need. So you're gonna go to uploads. You're going to find the SVG wherever you have it saved on your computer. I'm going to work with number, I guess we'll do number 7. You're going to open, and you see all of the layers here on the left side of the screen. You don't have to do anything to this because it's already an SVG. You can save it to whatever name you would like it to be saved to. It comes up as the name that the file was saved. Then you're going to upload. Now it's here, you're going to select it and click on Add to Canvas at the bottom right of your screen. And Design Space takes a little minute. Okay, so now you see all of your layers. The first thing you want to do, highlight the 4 back layers. Oh, no, sorry guys, ungroup. You're going to ungroup everything first. On the top right here, ungroup. It comes in grouped already. So you're going to highlight these 4. At the top of your screen right here where it says align, you're going to hit the arrow. You're going to go to center, and that put all of it together. So we're going to put this on the side just like that. We're going to do the same with these 3. All of the things that need to be together, we're just going to put together to make our life easier, and then for the steps that we have to change. You're going to highlight those 3. Go to align, again, center. Then we're going to place that right there. Now this one and this one, you're just going to line it up, highlight, and we're going to put it over here. So it's, when you assemble, it sits right here. So if you want to see how it looks, you're just going to turn it to fit exactly where it goes on the cake topper. Now I didn't group it, so it's going to move around on its own. Now this one, this goes here, And the way that I had it, this right here, you're going to use your sprinkle digital paper. So you're going to go to upload. You can upload it as an image or a design if you want. Now, I know that I saved the digital paper. Here, if you don't have, I'll have a link for you to purchase also. So I'm just going to go to complex. Okay, I'm not going to change anything. Continue. I might have a different digital paper available for you guys, but just check the links if you don't have one. We're going to select it and bring it in on the canvas. Now we're going to use it 2 times. Once for the background of the shaker piece. Now when it comes and you see how large it is, you could just change the size. We're just going to change it to like 7 inches. Oh, it was unlocked. And 7. That's it right here. Now, the background of your shaker, we're going to use this, and then for the drip of, oh, for this one. I already moved it over there, guys. So that's the drip for this one. And I'll show you how I do that. So I'm going to make a duplicate because I'm going to use one for the number 7. Let's put this little baby over here just to keep it out of the way. And also, you don't have to keep these the color that I have them. Change them to any color that you like. Also, if you don't remember, change it on the screen here. You just click, select the layer you want, go to the color here, and if you wanted it yellow, just choose it. That way you know what it is when it gets to the mat. If you can remember, you can leave it whatever color it is. And when that layer goes to cut on the mat, just put that color cardstock. So now we have this. You're going to put it, I'm going to arrange to the front so we can see it. So go to arrange right here, bring to the front. So it's on top of it. And then you're just going to lay it on top of where you want it. If you want the sprinkles to look a little smaller, just make your piece smaller. You're going to highlight both, and then you're going to slice. At the bottom right here, that's slice. Now slice basically just cuts out the piece out of the design. So you see, now we have our sprinkle layer. That's going to be a print and cut right there. And you're going to want to use a glossy paper instead of a cardstock. It just looks so much better. So we're going to highlight that and press delete and get rid of it. And we don't need this layer right here because we're using it as a print and cut right here. Now this right here, the full number, regardless of which one you buy, the full one here, you're going to duplicate it. And we're going to change that color, let's say to black, a color that we don't have. Now this is what you're going to cut on the acetate sheet. And then this one is going to be our background, and we can do sprinkles. If you want to do a different background, more power to you. It doesn't have to be exactly how I do it, because if you think about it, the people buying the files, you want to change yours up from what everyone is making. So you're going to make that a little bit smaller because I want the sprinkles as small as possible, just to fit the number 7 here. We're going to highlight. You're going to slice. Now move it. We don't need it because we're using this layer. Get rid of that. And there you go. That's your sprinkle number 7 that's going to go here. On top of the sprinkles, you're going to have these. I'm going to move it to the front, arrange to the front. You see how it fits right here? Now this is going to be how we're going to build our shaker piece. So this part you want to cut, if you can, on a thicker cardstock. If you don't have a 100-pound cardstock and you only have the 68-pound, I would say cut a few more sheets than what you would cut with the 100-pound. So with 100-pound cardstock, I cut about 8 to 10 of these. So you're going to duplicate 8 to 10 times. 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm just going to push them together. They'll be laid together, but I'll show you how to just get it together. Right, so now that they're all here, you're going to highlight all of them. Click over here on Align again, click on Center. And that put all 10 of them together. Now at the top right here, you're going to, let me highlight it because I came off, click Group so that they stay together. Now this, after you cut all of these pieces, you're going to use glue to glue them, stack them on top of each other, and then you're going to glue it on top of your print and cut piece right here. And then that gives you that height so you can pour your pieces inside of the shaker topper right here. Then this clear piece, remember I said this was acetate? Hold on guys, I want one of these. On the right here, you're gonna click on one layer. I forgot one extra we're gonna keep out. You're going to lay that there. Then you put your stones, your glitter, your confetti, whichever you wanna do as your pieces. Let's make this a really light gray. Let me go to advanced. I want it a little bit lighter. There we go. I'm going to arrange to the front. Now this layer, which is your acetate sheet, is going to go on top of that, basically like a dome piece that we built. This piece I cut with glitter, silver, pink cardstock. If you're not good at lining up, like just bringing it and lining up, it's just so much easier to highlight, go to Align, and center those pieces. You want them to stay together so you can do group. Now this right here is going to go over your acetate sheet, and it covers all the lines. So even though you're seeing white, remember acetate is clear. What you're going to see is like this. It's going to look like this. Sprinkles, your shaker pieces in there, and it's just so cute. So that's how you're going to layer it after you cut it. There you go. Now, as for our little cupcake, we can highlight these two and get them aligned to the center. But this little piece right here, just lay it. If you do center, it's going to put it in the middle. Right? Highlight and just group that up. And that goes in the front right here. See that? Now, we're going to upload our donuts. Now, if you have donut images, you can use them. If you want to search for images in Design Space, you can use them. But I also have these specific donuts available if you want to purchase them. And I'll have the link there as well. And Design Space is taking its little time. Y'all know how we do. Come on now. There we go. So you can choose whichever you want. I'll just keep the strawberry. You're going to bring this smaller because it goes right here. And I'll give the exact measurements once I get here. See that 1.383 and 1.385. So what you're lining up, because you want to see the layers, so you want to see some of the yellow. You don't want it the exact same size. We're going to bring another one in. Now this one, let's arrange to the front so you can see what it's going to look like. If you want it this size, make it. It's whatever size you really want it when it goes here, because there's no real outlining. So we're going to do about this size. And then this one, it's going to be a little bit smaller, and that's going to fit in right here. So the smaller one, I have a 1.181 inches. This one is at 1.354, and this one is 1.383. If you want to arrange them different, you surely can. Now, what I do with my images when I always, so you're going to click on this, hold Shift on your keyboard, click on all three donuts, and we're going to group them together, just so they're together. And I do a duplicate, and it gives it a little extra dimension. So when I'm finished, I'll glue each one on top of each other. You don't have to, it's just my choice. Now, as for the words, as you see the name, I cannot provide that because I don't know who you're making the cake topper for. So I'm gonna show you how I fit the name in here. So you're gonna go to text. Let's say something real easy, Tyler. That's like my go-to name. Now you're going to go to fonts right here. Uncheck current. We want all the fonts to show up. Go in font name, and I use Annie Lou right there. So you don't have to use this name. I always make it bigger so I can see it while I'm working on it. I'm going to ungroup. Move this because I want all the letters to touch. I don't got time with cutting out individuals. I need them all to touch so it's one layer. Then you're going to highlight and then go to the bottom and weld. Now, when you make this small, right? Let's say you're putting it right here. See how tiny that is? 1.7. What I tried to do is get the top layer a little bit thicker than what it is, because script can also be really thin font, and sometimes it's hard to cut, especially if you want to do a layer that's glitter. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go to offset. Now you see how big that offset is? I'm going to change it, because I play around with the size, 0.050, and just click here. You see how close that is? I'll click apply, and it made it a little bit thicker. So I'll take that away, and I'll use this layer. Then you're going to go back to offset again. You're going to make it a little bit bigger this time because we're doing not that big. So you can play with it, move it on the scale right there, or you can type it in. So I think I'm going to try 0.085. I just click on the screen right here and it shows me. That's good enough for me. So I'm going to go apply. Now that's going to be my second layer. I'm going to go back to offset again, and it stays on the last setting that you had, so the numbers will be the same. Apply, and I'm just going to do 3 layers. Now you decide what color you want those layers. We're going to do a yellow. And what I focus on here, I try to use the colors more in the back because you don't want them layered too much of the same, if you get what I'm saying. So what I would use, maybe the yellow, this like tealish green in the back, and then I'll put a layer of silver. We're going to highlight all of that. We're going to group it together. And now you have to make it fit anywhere here. Now the banner is kind of, you know, wavy, so it doesn't have to be straight. Also, you can go at the top here where it says size, unlock, just to make it a little longer, a little, see that? So you can change the size however you want. Now this specific design I'm going to keep, and we're gonna send to cut, and I'll show you how to assemble. Also, if you want to emboss some layers, I'm gonna show you how to emboss some to make the design stand out just a little bit more. So now we're going to highlight everything that we just did, group it all together just to make sure it's the size that you want. I usually do my width between 6.5 to 7.5 inches. So this is 6.8. So I'm going to leave it at this size. I like this size a lot. Then you're going to go to save. Always remember to save your project before you send to the mat. And we're going to go to sweets, because it's just a different amount of sweets on here, and save. And that's how you do it. You're going to do the same thing with all of the number, whichever number that you chose. If you have a number, let me show you, for example, let's upload. Let me go choose another one. If you have number 6, I just want to show you. Oh, wait. I didn't choose the SVG. I chose the PNG. Hold on. We're going to choose number 6. Here we go. Save it as what you want it to be saved. Upload. Same way we did it, but I want to show you some of the numbers have a piece in the middle that you want to make sure you do the same with the layering of the pieces for your shaker part. So we're going to ungroup. I don't need any of these because I'm just giving you guys an example of what to do with the numbers. Now remember this slim part, you see it's 2 pieces. because we need that. So when you duplicate this together, you're going to group it and do that. I'm clicking the wrong thing, guys. And do the duplicate, 8. So you're going to make sure you're layering that middle layer also all the time, and then glue it on. Because when you do your print and cut, like I showed you, this piece needs the height also, and then this piece. And then you put your shaker parts in here. And remember to keep that one that you're going to layer right here. And that's how it would go on top of each other. So also like the number 9, the number 8, the 0, and the number 10, you're going to have that inner piece. So make sure you layer that one also. So I just want to show y'all that. I'm going to take it away. Save the changes, which wasn't any. And then you're going to click on Make It. I will only be using cardstock, no smart material, so it's going to be on the mat. I'm cutting mine on the Explore 3. Continue. You can cut on any machine. And here we go. So this first layer is my print and cut. You can move your print and cuts around also. If you wanted this to cut here, you can move it around where you want it to be cut. This is our clear acetate layer. The background I kept gray. This is going to be my silver glitter layers. Now these are the numbers that you're cutting on your thicker cardstock if you have it. And you're going to cut that. I have black. You won't see the color, so it doesn't matter the color. I do have some 12 by 24 cardstock. I'll probably make my life easier and cut on that long cardstock. It's not as thick, but it'll work for me. I'll have to find my mat though. And then you cut all of those that are layer. This is going to be like a light brown color because this is just the background of the popsicles, and that will be like the stick. And then here you have everything. Remember, if you have, for my yellow, if you have glitter, you're going to change your settings to glitter cardstock or poster board. And also make sure if you're using any 8.5 by 11. So this, I don't have a 12 by 12. So over here, you're going to change your mat. So make sure you're changing your mat size so you don't have any issues. You see how big and wide this is? You could even move it here if you don't want to change. You could just move it so you know when you lay the 8.5 by 11, it's going to fit. So this one I'm doing in a light pink, and these here I'm doing in a glitter pink. And then you press continue. And then you choose your materials. What's the first one for print and cut? I usually, first I'm going to send to printer. I'm using an Epson Workforce 7720. But I forgot, guys, I didn't set my printer on my iMac yet. But usually you'll get your printer here, choose the printer, and then I always send to Rare Feeder and choose glossy photo paper. So now we're going to get all of this cut and then assemble. Before we start assembling, I wanted to show you this. If you're new to Cricut, this is how your print and cut page will come out. These black lines are registration lines where the Cricut is going to read, and then it's going to tell it where to cut for your design. So you just lay this on your mat, feed it into your machine, and you're good to go. I usually cut, I'm printing on photo glossy paper, and I usually set it to like glitter cardstock or poster board, which is pretty thick, just to make sure it cuts through. So let's get to the assembling part. Also, we designed with the vanilla sprinkle pattern, but I decided last minute and went with the strawberry. And when you purchase the SVG, I'm gonna have all the papers there for you with your file. You wanna make sure you have a nice sticky mat because, see this? When the mat is not sticky, your paper gets snagged. Okay, so now I have all my layers cut. We're gonna start with assembly. So we're gonna start with the back. These are the 4 layers we have, and we're gonna use that foam tape from Dollar Tree. And I have a non-stick scissors to cut them with. So we're gonna start from the back. Now you can cut little pieces. Make sure they're good at the edges and then in the middle, or you can just lay it straight across. Totally up to you how you do it. And I feel like I want some more at the bottom part there. Now right here for me, it dents in a little bit too much. And I press right there. So I'm gonna stick a little piece in there. There we go. Now the next layer is cardstock. You see what I said about the sticky mat? I got a little snag right there, so I'm just gonna clean that up. I was too lazy to clean my mats. And I didn't want to open a new pack. So we're gonna put and now this is sticking onto glitter. So you have to put some glue from your glue gun on this, because the glitter would make it come right off. However you want to put it on, just make sure those corners won't have it. Because not only is it giving it that little 3D effect, it's the support for all of the pieces we're about to pile on top of there. So we're going to peel these off. Get your glue gun. And no one's gonna see it, so you don't have to worry about it being neat. Line it up. And then place it on here. Next one, I did another glitter, but again, it's going onto regular cardstock, so it doesn't need that glue. If you feel like you want to add the glue for a little extra support, sure. But it's definitely not needed unless it's going on glitter cardstock. So I'm just opening up another pack here. With these, you get 3 sizes. A thick, a medium, and a really skinny. Let me show you in the pack for $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. So you get these 3 sizes. And size, the bigger it is, just use a thicker one so it's filling up more space, but it doesn't matter which one you use. You just want that stability and a little bit of height that it's going to give it on your product. So like right here, you just want to get in, and on the edge, I would use the skinny size. Let me see if I cut that right. I didn't, but it's okay. We're just gonna squeeze it in for right there. I use the skinnier one. Remember, this doesn't have to be perfect. No one's seeing it. As you can tell by the way that I did it. Line it up. And there goes our first 3 layers. Cute, isn't it? Isn't it? So we're gonna put this to the side and start working on these others. So it's up to you if you want these to have a little bit of 3D going on. I do. Or you can just glue it flat. It's up to you. Now for this one, this is up to you as well. I'm going to run it through my Cuttlebug, which is an embossing machine, just to give a little bit of design to these. I probably won't do this one because this is going to be glued on top of it. So we're gonna go get the embossing machine and which folder I'm going to use, and we're gonna do that real quick. Okay, so I have my Cricut Cuttlebug. I'm gonna open it up. If you want me to do a separate video on this, let me know. So I have 2 folders here. The only thing, I love this cupcake one. The only thing is it's better on a larger piece because this in here is too small. Not that cute. So, oh, I just touched the glue gun. Well, hopefully it doesn't bubble up. Pray for me. So I said I'll use these little hearts. I'm gonna put them, you wanna make sure the open kind of part, this part is gonna push, so it's gonna be raised here. So I'm gonna put that there. And we use the hearts. I had flowers last time that I used. They asked me where I put that flower folder. I don't even know. Then you're gonna close it. You're gonna make a sandwich with the 2 plates, and then your bottom plate. Push it in there and turn. And it's shaking the table, so sorry about that. And the stand is on the table. Okay, let me go a little slower so y'all don't feel a little seasick. There we have our little embossed pieces. So now we are going to put them on here. You can glue it flat if you like. Again, and this is the one with the little frosting. And that was our print and cut. So we're going to use the a little skinny one. I have one open. On this one. And we have our little ice cream pieces. Now, for my cupcake, you see I switched around the colors. I did a lavender. Cute. If you want, you could do 3 totally different colors too. You can change it up, especially depending on the party. Let it match up. Oh, look at this. It's starting to swell. Y'all already know what happens when we're crafting. So this little piece here, if you have a sticker maker, I would run this through there, but I'm gonna use a glue pen to get that all on there. Alrighty. So now, if yours look like mine, recut it. I'm gonna keep it like this just to show you guys how to assemble, because I don't even have anyone to give this cake topper to. So you're gonna dot the first layer. Now, if it's big enough for you to add the foam, the double-sided foam tape, do it. But sometimes it's so small, you can't. So I'm just gonna glue. Also, I like my offset to be kind of small, not too big. But if you want to make yours a little larger so you can see it better, you surely can. But this is how I like mine. Now this here is my little challenge because it's glitter. You put a piece of glue on one part, then put it down and then go along. Also, if you want more layers, I think my other cake topper, for the name, I did 4 layers. So you can bend that back, just don't rip it off. Oh, my glue is stringing all over the place. Put a little glue here, press it down. And it doesn't have to be on every letter. And there you go. Doo-dee-dee-dee. And it goes here. If you have enough to do the foam tape, yeah, I would do a 4th one. I like a 4th one. Put it. If not, then you can just stick it with the glue gun. For this one, I would stick it with the glue gun. But if you do another layer, it gets thicker and thicker, so you'll have that space to put the foam tape. Remember, this is your design, and if it's for a customer, work with your customer and find out what they would like. So now I have, now I'm looking, I'm missing a little piece that I didn't. Oh, you know what I did, guys? I'm gonna go back and cut it. I was supposed to cut one more to go in the center here, to go on top, so that it can be, I usually do a glitter. So what we're gonna do is put this to the side. I'm gonna cut that and come back, but we'll work on, remember all of those pieces that we need to glue together? We're gonna glue all of these together to make our little container to hold our shaker pieces. So let's start that first. So this part, which is necessary but a little tedious, we're gonna be gluing all of these on top of each other. Now, if you want to make this a little easier, I'll tell you what you can do. You can glue the back of these, of one, stick it onto a thick piece of foam board, and then trace and cut it out. I'm not good with like cutting from out the foam board, especially with these thin pieces. But if you are, that'll save you a bunch of time. So there's 2 ways to do it. Keep gluing and make this a thicker little wall, or glue one piece onto a thick piece of foam board and then cut it out. And then you can use that one piece that you just cut once for your shaker. Also, if you have a really sticky mat, these are gonna curl. So my mat, it wasn't really sticky, but it had a decent enough amount of stick, because this is 68, this is a 65, right? 65 pound paper. I didn't use the 110 pound, which I would definitely recommend a thicker paper, because the thinner it is, the more you need to pile up. So it curls. So I actually pressed it in the auto press, or if you have a heat press, just to flatten them out. But they were like curled like spaghetti. And I'm not gonna make you sit through me gluing all of these. So after this layer, we're just gonna hop over to the ending. I'm gonna record and then come back, because I'm basically just doing this 10 times. Also, if you feel like you have that amount and it's not thick enough, maybe the pieces you're putting in there, some are thicker than the other, just pile it up. But then again, that's where the foam board will come in handy. And you can just cut 2 pieces if you feel like it needs to be thicker than the one foam board you have. So I'll see you guys when it's completely done. And we're back. We are back. So we have it nice and thick. I also cut my layer. I did lavender glitter. We have our acetate sheet that goes right over this after we put our little sparkle pieces in there. So first we're going to glue our top. And y'all see why I got this piece of cardstock on the desk, because I just be making a mess all over the place. And I have destroyed quite a few desks with glue from the glue gun. Okay, so we're gonna line this up in the center. And it looks like I cut the wrong cake topper, guys. I did. I cut it from the wrong cake topper. Great. Okay, so I'm back. I glued it on. See, it's thick, nice. The clear acetate will go over that to cover it up once we put our stuff in it. And this is our top that goes above it. So we're going to glue these together. I did some lavender glitter this time around. And now you see why that long piece of cardstock is on the desk, because I'm a sloppy gluer, because I don't take my time. And I'm not trying to get the desk all sticky. So we're just going to center it here. Perfect. So that's our cover. Now this piece goes on top of our glitter, not glitter, our sprinkles. Put a good amount of glue here, because these sprinkles is the background for our shaker. You want a good amount of glue, because we don't want this to move. And you could take the glue gun and go around the edge if you want, once you stick it on. And make sure you press it down all around. I always flip my stuff over. to make sure it's lined up with everything. And there you go. You're ready to add your little pieces. I'm going to use this little clear iridescent bling that I have here. And drop them all along. In there. Not putting too much. They don't stay anyway. They drop all over the place. Let's move these over. Now, to close it up, I only use the glue gun. I'm a little scaredy cat and I want to make sure nothing falls out. So I'm gonna do a little piece at a time. And lots of glue. So I line up the part that doesn't have the glue just to make sure, and then press it down where I do have the glue. Now you want to make sure when you're pressing, everywhere has that glue. Right? And then we're going to raise it up. Get it in everywhere. Now, it makes a sticky mess, but who cares? We're trying to make sure this is sealed. And you're not even going to see that glue right there because we have that cover piece. So I peel it back somewhere the glue is at and get in there. One of my stones is even sticking to the glue. You're going to have to move them out the way if they do. Or my usual, flip it over and press it down. Pick it up right away because stuff that's oozing is going to be oozing out the sides. Now, you want to be a little careful because you don't want to string too much on the front. You don't want to see those stringy pieces. So I'm just going to peel them off. You see everything sticking on my fingers. But if you have a heat gun, you can spray and get those strings off. Now also, take your time. Take your time. Don't be fast and messy like me. When I'm working on orders and stuff, I am a little slower. So now this piece is what's gonna go over here, you see, and it covered up those corners. If you are used to a glue gun, you could put the whole thing. If you're new to a glue gun, just remember this glue dries really quickly. So I'm gonna stop right here. Take your time. Then you could raise it up and glue. And this part is not like sealing your shaker piece. So if you miss a little area, it's fine once it stays down. And there goes our shaker piece. Let me bring it a little closer. All done and ready. See that? Cute. Now, you don't have to put one color. You can put some confetti. You can put, I don't recommend glitter because this sticks to the wall of the acetate sheet. So I don't really recommend glitter. But if you want to, you definitely can. So that element is done. See the mess we made? This would have been my desk. Now, for our donuts, remember I told you guys I always And these come with the file, as you know. If you purchased the file already, you're gonna get the donuts and you're going to get the digital paper also. I'm gonna have everything included. So we're just going to glue these on top of each other. You don't have to. I just like it that way. Shoot, I've even done it where with my print and cut image, I've done 3 layers. There was a little break in that recording just now because I thought I wasn't recording. I was about to have a heart attack. All right, let's go. All righty. And I try not to delete anything, any mistakes, so that you can see what mistakes I make. That way, if you make them, you'd know how to, you know, get back on track. But I stood up for a minute there to check, to make sure it was recording. It looked like it wasn't. I almost died. All right. There we go. So now we have all of our elements put together. And now we're gonna get this bad boy done. Are you excited? I'm excited. So with this piece, if you choose to glue it down, it's a shaker piece, so it's already a little 3D. So I wouldn't necessarily use the foam tape. I will glue this down with the glue gun. Also, what I was saying, if you wanted to, you could go along the edge with the glue gun like that. If you wanted to, like, make sure it's sealed well. So we're gonna place that there. There we go. And now, the first donut goes here. I will do it 3D. And of course, like I said, it's being glued on glitter. Put the little vanilla piece here. Right there. Now this one is going here. So you see, it's a little higher. You can either glue it. Let me show you closer. So when it goes here, it has that space, extra space. You can either glue it directly onto this one, or put foam tape, maybe 2 layers of foam tape on top of each other, if you want to make sure. But it would be secure just gluing onto the other donut, especially with the glue gun. So we're gonna glue right there. Then our little vanilla baby goes right here. Now, nobody sees the glue, so I will just put it directly around it just to make sure I'm getting glue on every piece that this is gonna be pressed on. See that? Perfect. Now, with this, it goes here. Now, you don't have to. If you, depending on your letter, what letter you're using, it kind of touches. If you wanted and put it a little higher, because I think I like it a little higher here like that, and then this one like this. Or put this one first and then lay this one up here. Yeah. So play with it to know what you want. So I'm gonna put this one first with the foam tape. Again, it's going on glitter, and that's if you choose to use a glitter layer on that top one. And you lay it here. Make sure you're seeing the outline of the yellow also. And I want to say, when you layer these, every other layer should be like paper glitter, regular paper glitter. Too much glitter to me, it looks too much. But you can do all paper too. But play with different types. and that one there. Now this I want on, I like it on the number 7 a little. Don't you? So in this case, it has a lot of space here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put one piece, peel that off, put a second one right on top of it. Before I stick it, I'm just gonna put it here to see if that was enough. Is it touching? It is not touching. So what I'm gonna do is peel it off and put a third one. And cut it right there. Now is that is touching. See that? Put my glue. So a lot of the times it's just you playing around with these cake toppers to know what you're doing. And that's how you get the best design, things that aren't just necessarily right away. So what I do is I lay this to see where I need it to be so that I know where I'm putting my cupcake. And I want to see my cupcake with this here. See that? So what I'll probably do, I'll wait to put the cupcake. You can put it if you want to glue it right here. But then here, what I don't want to see is, hold on a minute, I think I surely did. So I'm gonna take off my Tyler because it's the wrong way. So see, these are things that come up. So what I would tell you is, I hope you're not going along with it. In this case, my error, I would wait till the end to glue the name because I did it the wrong way. Also, now that the ice cream is there, the ice cream, the donut, I like this directly on top. It's high, so we're gonna have to do what we did with the thing there and glue multi-layers to make sure that this stays higher than everything else. And then if you want to put your cupcake, the only reason I'm going to wait for the cupcake is I don't want to see this stick right here. So I'm going to glue it where I'm not necessarily seeing that one hanging. So let's do that. So we have to make sure the height is about here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with this end because it's touching the donut to see how high it needs to be. So we're going to put one piece. I already know that 2 is not enough from the height that I'm seeing it. So I'm gonna put 3 and then see if it touches the cake topper. If not, that means it needs 4. Three is not bad. 3 is not bad. It touches it right there. It kind of presses down on the donut, but that's okay too. Also, if you prefer, I already have 3 on there. If flat, just shimmy that bad boy right in there. I prefer the banner on top. See that? So 3 is good. So what we're gonna do, I'm not putting 3 on here yet, and I'll show you why. I'm only gonna put 2. And then measure it out to see if the third one could go on there. But the other end will get 3. Now you see the 7 is here. So I'm gonna put it, it still needs the 3 to see if it was touching the bottom. Because it could just touch the 7 and be just fine. But it isn't, so 3 it is. I already picked it off. Why did I peel it off? Only God knows. I don't know. Got a little excited there. Now the end one, I'm gonna put this way. Cut on a little slant. doesn't have to match up exactly. Remember, nobody's seeing it. That's just it. Peel it off. Get our glue on there. Line it up so that you see the offsets. Remember, you want to see all those layers. See that? You want to be able to see that. Perfect. Let me go. My glue gun is dead. Let me switch out the battery that's charging. So that's why I always have two batteries. This one died and the other one was charging while I was crafting. So I just had to switch. Now for our cupcake, I like it right there. So I'm just gonna put some glue. If you want, you could do the tape also if you want it to be a little bit higher. And stick it right there. See that? And then that's where you're gonna come in and put your name. I definitely was rushing. Or I think I did the name before and I just had it right, so I didn't even realize. This time around it was upside down. So this is how we learn through experience when it comes to crafting. And look at that. Now you could do this in any color that you want, any style. Gorgeous. And the files are, I created 1 through 10. If you end up needing anything like 11 through 100, whichever number, message me on Etsy and I'll create one for you. And nope, we're not done yet. So I cut my own cake topper sticks with my business name on it. There are some shops on Etsy that can do it for you. I just peeled off the masking. So you can look into that. I make it a little bit thicker because these are a little thick. So this will go here. What I always do is lay my cake topper where I think I would need it. I put my finger right here where it goes. And then I know from here and up is where I would need the glue. And then lay it back on top here. See that? Now, you don't want to leave it like this because this looks so tacky, exposed. So what you're going to do, that back last layer in the same exact color, you're going to cut that again and just glue it right on top so the back is blank and not just the exposed stick. And there you go. That's how you assemble your multi-layered sweet treats shaker cake topper. Ain't it cute? I love it. So don't forget, guys, like this video if it was helpful. Subscribe if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel. And you can follow me over on Instagram as well, where we craft and have craft classes every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with another crafter teaching you a new craft project. Let me know in the comments if you like it. I love it. I don't know about y'all. I love it. Let me know if you have any other questions, you need help with anything, if you had any issue with the SVG that you purchased. Let me know in the comments and I'm here to help you guys out.